Okay, so I went live on YouTube first and TikTok second. And so some things are going to change because I have the greatest marketer on the planet, Muhammad. Shout out to Muhammad. I'm going to do 15-minute lives 2 times a day and stick to topics. So today is just a practice because I want to not stop trying to go live 2 times a day at the same time on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So this topic today is how to manage stress, like some simple steps that you can take wherever you are to manage your stress. So the first thing you should do when you are stressed is breathe. Now, what kind of breath will calm you down? The kind of breath that you can do with your eyes closed or open. Because in yoga, we do something called an open-eyed meditation, especially in Bikram yoga. And so basically, what you do is just like this. When you're stressed, you stop. Let me stop. See, my heart is pounding. Whatever it was that was irritating you, right? And you breathe like this. And hold it, and then breathe out. And you see that breath? Most people will equate that to smoking a cigarette, right? If you could think about that, if you ever watch a person smoke a cigarette, what do? They inhale, they hold it, but instead of breathing in some toxicity, you're only breathing in what you need to help your body rejuvenate. Now, in that step of breathing, when you breathe in and out, even though your eyes are open, focus on something that's calming, focus on something that's neutral, or focus, if you can, on something that's beautiful. So if you're in your office and you can look out a window and look at the tree, or look at the leaf on the tree, or look at a bird flying by, and look at the sky as the bird gets out of your eyesight, while you do that breath, look, while you do that breath, I'm looking straight ahead at a wall, a beautiful wall. It's a wooden wall. It's Hotworks wall, the best wall to breathe in and out and see, in my opinion. But when I do it, I don't stare at the wall and focus on the beauty of the wall. What I do is I keep an open-eyed meditation, and I focus on the breath. I focus on the breath going inside and doing all the things that it needs to do to make me feel positive and rejuvenated. And then I focus on the breath going outside, but I don't say, oh, the negativity is going out. But that is in fact what is happening. But I keep my eyes neutral so that nothing irritates me. That's the second thing. When you want to de-stress, you have to be able to calm yourself with the breath, with your eyes open. It's easy to do it with your eyes closed. It's a pleasure. It's like dessert to do it with your eyes closed. But the true test is when you're in the middle of stress, or you're in the middle of an anxious moment, to be able to calm yourself. So I'm not looking at anything or anyone, or focusing on anything on the wall. I'm just letting my eyes relax, open. And nothing can get my attention when I have those breaths. And so the main key to de-stressing, if you're in an anxious situation that may be producing some tension, is to stay quiet and breathe. Because you can't talk when you're breathing. When you have to focus on the breath, look, watch me do it again. Because the main goal is to breathe in so much through your nose that it takes a long time for you to exhale. And by the time you've exhaled, you've calmed yourself. Now, once you've calmed yourself, you do need to identify what it is that's causing you anxiety, what it is that's causing you tension. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be a health condition, it could be the fact that time is running out and you have things to do and you don't feel like there's enough time to get it done and you're the only one who can get it done. Whatever it may be, that now that you've had one breath or two breaths to calm yourself down, you need to revisit that point in a calm state, focused on a solution. Meaning, I can't focus on it right now because I have to go to work, but I'm going to go to work, I'm going to do my job, I'm going to do a great job, and when I finish, I'm going to make sure I eat a good meal, and while I eat that meal, I'm going to tackle this, or after I eat this meal, or while I'm eating this meal, I'm going to get to where I need to go to handle whatever it is that's causing the anxiety. Like, let's say you're working too much and you're tired and you really feel like, oh, I don't deserve a break. You need to go and take a break. And you need to say, okay, I'm going to sleep for this amount of time, and then I'm going to get up later and work harder for these hours to make up for the time I took to sleep when I was really trying to be productive doing something. Because you can't be your best when you don't have energy. Or let's say I see a lot of students, you see a lot of business people who are doing, especially in the Bay Area, you see a lot of people doing pitches and reports and proposals and presentations, and they have to practice. You have to organize it. It has to be visually appealing. Things have to sync together. Your speech has to be clear. Your speech has to be something that makes people want to do or yield to what your idea. And that takes time too. You have to pace it. That's time management. So the main thing when you are breathing and you're thinking about what it is that makes you feel overwhelmed in that moment, you have to revisit it in a calm state and come up with a solution. You don't have to write it down, but you can write it down. You can do a voice note. You can do a mental note. You can have a board if you like. You can have a notepad. But what I find for myself is when I try to write everything down, like daily notes and to-do lists, I never look at it. I never have the time to look at it because I'm so busy. So I try to make a mental note each day of what I want to accomplish the next day, and basically look at what I've done in the present day and what I'm not going to be able to accomplish, and come to a realization each day. Okay, this is what I wanted to do, which was this high in my mind, not on some notes. Right? But this is what I accomplished today. Okay, so this piece is going to go into tomorrow. So then you can relieve some of that tension because now you have a solution, and now your breath is something that calmed you. Now you breathe again. You breathe again. And you breathe in a way that is intentional, which means that each breath you should be focused on yourself. Watch me. When I breathe, there's nothing else can disturb me. Watch me. Here we go.
sure not to lose any screws, okay?
So I just breathed in and out 5 times, and I'll tell you, I didn't let my mind go anywhere because right now I don't have any anxiety. So because I don't have any anxiety, because I'm not worried about anything right at this moment, when I did those 5 breaths, it feels like dessert, and it, whatever anxiety I may have had from earlier is also still releasing. So that simple topic for today is what I want to focus on. And what I want you to think about is that a lot of times you don't really think about your breathing. You don't think about your breathing, and you don't realize how being intentional and just some deep breaths through your nose and out of your mouth with a open-eyed meditation focus that allows you to have a mini vacation, your body, your mind, your soul, and rejuvenate you enough to move through and push through, because things are going to bother you. So let me give you an example. The thing that was bugging me today, the thing that I did have anxiety about since Friday, was that I use the rental car from Lyft, right? And this is better for me because it's just I wouldn't want anyone in my car, and a rental car is better for me for this type of business. And it's kind of like it's your car because you have to maintain it, even though they pay for certain things and give you a lot of support. But there's an inspection that you have to do once a year. And the inspection, of course, I did it on time 3 months ago. But for some reason, they don't file the paperwork correctly, and they'll tell me, oh, you need to come in and give us the inspection paperwork. And I'll say, I did it. And then they'll look through the system and they'll say, whatever, and make me come back anyway, right? So this time is the 3rd time that this has happened. And on Friday, I brought it to their attention. They're closed Saturday and Sunday, so there's nothing I could do about it over the weekend, but it causes me some problems because it makes me like out of the Hertz system for the weekend. Like if I get a flat tire or something, I can't get the services like I would when this is not the issue. So Monday, today is Tuesday. Monday, I didn't call. I forgot because I was busy. And then Tuesday, this morning, I realized, oh, I haven't called. I need to call them, right? I took my breath. I looked at the time. Instead of feeling anxiety, I just relaxed for 30 minutes until they opened, because I kept calling them and they didn't open until 9 in the morning, and I'm calling at 8:30. And I started calling them at 8 o'clock. But during that time, I just breathed. I just took deep breaths. And I listened to music, and I listened to actually Eddie Griffin, because I had time to kill. So then when I called them, I just submitted and I said, okay, I'll be there tomorrow. And, so you can renew the car in person. Now, to make a long story short, and I never use that phrase, but for this, because I've got to really stick to the 15-minute live. I really want to stick to doing a 15-minute live. The manager called me and he said, I have called the company and had them manually renew the rental, and you don't have to come until next week, which is Christmas Eve, right? Which is perfect for me because I'll be, wanting to relax, and then I'll just take care of that. But this week I'm so busy, I have no time to be going all the way there to their office, which is very far from where I am right now. So sometimes when you breathe and you relax and you let go of the anxiety and you let your mind just be free from worry, free from tension, sometimes the things will resolve itself in your favor faster than they would if you held on to that anxiety and released the fear of whatever the pressure or you're having that's causing you to worry, stress, and slow down. And that's the main thing that stress and worry does. It doesn't help you speed up. It's like it paralyzes you. So with that said, I think I'm gonna check and see. Hold on, let me see. Oh, let me slow down because I'm old. Hold on. No, really, it's not because I'm old. It's because my tennis shoes will fall off if I don't slow down. So it's been 16 minutes and 56 seconds. I think my marketer will be really proud of me. I actually stuck within the time frame. Please tell me good times for you to tune in for the lives. Please watch the recaps of the lives. Thank you to those of you on YouTube, and thank you to those of you on TikTok.